question. What do Mickey Mouse, 1940 Superman, and karaoke have in common? Well, all three things have used or currently use techniques founded in the golden age of animation. In the American 1920s, early animators and inventors like Walt Disney and Max Fleischer created groundbreaking inventions and techniques like the multiplane camera for feature-length films and the rotoscope for lifelike movement, yielding leaps and bounds in their industry during an era known as the golden age of animation. Without the innovations of these artists and inventors, the current animation quality would be severely lacking. The NHD theme is Frontiers in History. To relate to this theme, this documentary will cover the leap in quality, technique, and technical usage the era brought forth. Before the 1920s and the supposed start of the Golden Age, animation was a dying niche of film that people enjoyed. This would change when the visionary Walter Elias Disney sought out to create one of the very first animated short films with sound. He and his partner, Ub Iwerks, would publish Steamboat Willie on November 18, 1928. The film gained notable popularity and is seen as the start of the Golden Age. Before this, however, the inventions of Max Fleischer throughout the 1910s and early 20s pioneered the quality that animation holds today. These small inventions and patents went by similar names, the rotoscope and the rotograph, but the effect of these inventions went far beyond the odd naming scheme used for both. For organization's sake, the Golden Age's effect will be put into two categories: design and innovation, plus their respective uses in the modern day. Let us observe the design of the beloved Mickey Mouse in Steamboat Willie. Here, his gloves and rounded figure create his memorable appearance and give evidence for his debut. Artists at this time used gloves to make a character seem more like a human. A round figure with few angles was also seen, as animators could spend less time on a single drawing or frame. The style, known as the rubber hose and circle design, centered around an easy-to-draw circular body with long arms that move exaggeratedly, like loose rubber. While the style of older media is memorable, the opposite side holds the bulk of the age's effect. My arm will serve as our first test subject. The rotoscope, one of the creations of Max Fleischer, used the movements of real-life subjects to create lifelike movements in animation, the principle that inspired and guided the creation of Coco the Clown. For reference, Coco the Clown was the main character of a major silent animated series from 1918 to 1929. The Man from the Inkwell surpassed the likes of other films that came out around the same time. As lifelike animation was hard to come by, Coco was praised for being one of the first. Anyways, notice how my arm moves fluidly and how the ball arcs beautifully across the white room when thrown. This was all created by a similar principle to how the rotoscope functions. Although it's a shame I'm located in the blank void, this is where two prominent inventions would see their use in the animation process. Here, the rotograph and the multiplane camera would both aid the making of many beloved films and series by creating believable backgrounds with pieces that moved with the perspective. In the many innovations during the beginning of the era, a great change in the industry would be the shift from paper to cells, a sheet-like cellulose that used ink and paints in order to combine drawings, just like a shift from chalkboards in humorous phases of Funny Faces in 1906 to paper and ink in Out of the Inkwell. The change from paper to cells gave way to a more advanced animation with a more sophisticated process. The primary sources used in this documentary helped to understand the effect of the innovations. Steamboat Willie set an example of the rubber hose and circle design. A narrated short film about the process of Disney cartoons taught me the different uses of cells, while a similar short film by Walt Disney himself taught me the existence and use of the multiplane camera. Max Fleischer's patents allowed me to see the importance of the rotoscope and the similarity between this and the multiplane camera. 1906's film allowed me to see how the change from surface to cell improved the quality. Overall, these sources help to understand the innovations of this period, and although there are many other innovations created in this era, all lose their purpose as the world steps into the 1990s, where the digital era of animation begins and the golden age takes its final breaths. The use of the rotoscope, however, does not fail the test of time, and although the name changed for aspects of its use, the rotoscope still sees it. Now, it aids in visual effects and editing CG characters. One more thing. The Fleischer brothers didn't only contribute to the animation industry. In fact, their effects stretched over to recreational time with friends. It trained musical IPs for quite some time. The golden age of animation affected modern animation in an intensely positive way. The constraints of olden artistry gave rise to memorable styles and characters. Max Fleischer and many other inventors created tools that are utilized to this day. With the cooperation of these creators, the era became gold. Whether it be from a style that lives through nostalgia, innovations that continue to be used in productions today, or singing, the effect of the golden age of animation was vital for the animation industry.